Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Stuabli. It was a very wet Monday morning here in Surrey, but the sun came out just as my guest was joining me this morning, who is Rudolf Weiss, who is the Global Head of Pharma Robotics at STÄUBLI TEC-SYSTEMS GmbH. And guess what? We are going to be talking about robotics today. How could you guess that? Because actually STÄUBLI are actually running an event this Wednesday, which is called Robots for Your Future Pharmaceutical Production. So we thought it'd be a good idea, Rudy and I, to have a chat about robotics prior to the event as a bit of a precursor to the event and give people a bit more idea about robotics. So Rudy, lovely to see you. How are you?
Fine. I'm doing very well this morning. Thanks.
I'm glad to hear it. And I know you're calling in from Germany, but which part of Germany are you calling in from?
From the southern part of Germany. We are located close to Bayreuth, the beautiful city of Bayreuth.
Oh, I've never heard of that, actually. Forgive my ignorance of that. So what
you know the Wagner festivals?
Oh, yeah, sure. Fantastic. So before we start talking about the use of robots and robotics in pharma, would you mind giving viewers a quick overview of your own background and role and a little bit about STÄUBLI if they're not familiar with the company?
Yes, thank you. My name is Rudolf Weiss. I joined STÄUBLI last October as the new global head of Pharma. And I'm also a member of the management team in the robotics division. And I draw more than, meanwhile, 20 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry, more in the supplier chain. So I was working in leading positions at company Bausch & Ströbel and Groninger. These are companies well known for their pharmaceutical filling and packaging equipment, worldwide leading companies. And when I remember back 2003, 2004, we bought the first STÄUBLI robot in a pharma application. Yeah, and since that time, I know STÄUBLI pretty well.
Fantastic. And STÄUBLI itself, though, so is it focused predominantly around robotics? Is that its main focus?
Yeah, the STÄUBLI is a group, a Swiss-based company, and we have actually 4 divisions, and the robotic division is one of them.
Right. Okay. So let's start talking about robotics. So my first question to you is when you talk about robotics in pharma, first of all, what do we actually mean by robotics? Let me just ask you that first. So what do you actually mean by robotics when you talk about robotics in pharma?
We talk mainly about stationary industrial robots, 4-axis, 6-axis. We talk about mobile robotics as AGVs. These are these typical transportation platforms. Yeah, this is more or less our range, what we cover.
Right. Okay. So when you're looking at pharma, though, particularly around pharma manufacturing, how has the use of robots changed over the last few years, and what has driven that change?
Yeah, this is a really good question, and maybe this is also the reason why I joined STÄUBLI. We saw really a clear shift from more human-centered production to a more automated one. Sure, all is up to the outspeed level of such production units, but when it comes to flexibility, maybe operator safety or other things, robots are really playing a much more important role than, let's say, 15 years ago. And we are still on the way to have even more robots in the pharmaceutical world.
Right. But you talked about some of the robots that you get involved in. So what stages of manufacturing do robots actually now get involved in when you're looking at the whole manufacturing process?
Maybe I have to talk a little bit about the segments where we are in, because it's completely different fields where you can find robots. Today, I would say we have the huge field of API science and manufacturing. We have the huge field of liquid and solid drug production. We have the biotherapy production, the lab and pharmacy automation segment. We call sometimes also auxiliary processes like freeze dry loading or autoclave loading. All in these areas, you find it really from the core zone, from the aseptic zone down to the packaging. You find robots in various applications.
Right. Okay. And what sort of impact has the pandemic had in terms of companies adopting robotics? Because I know if you look at, for example, on the laboratories phase, with people working remotely, there's been a lot more automation has been implemented, digitalization has accelerated in that area. So how much has the pandemic impacted in terms of pharma manufacturing itself?
I think when it comes to the real vaccine production and the fill finish of these vaccines, the robots hasn't played really that dominant role, because we talk here about mass production, high output levels, and a little less flexibility, I would say. And therefore, sometimes you find robots here only in the packaging applications to help palletizing the drugs, etc. But we saw a really big trend in the diagnostic business when it comes to the production and assembly of the test kits, of the COVID test kits, mainly the mask production was also driven by a lot of robotics, I must say. And here we saw really an increase.
Right. Okay. And so just to listen to what you're saying, though, I just think AI and machine learning is a huge topic at the moment and a real buzzword. So how much does AI and machine learning play a part in terms of programming robots these days?
I mean, we are deeply in this business, in this development. We are currently developing a lot around software tools, new programs, new algorithms. But as you can imagine, the pharma world is very regulated. So artificial intelligence, self-learning systems, I think there are high hurdles in such a validated environment to have self-learning systems. But for sure, we are developing these solutions for other industries as well. And I think the pharma sooner or later will come to that point.
Right. Well, that is quite nicely. You're talking about the challenges for regulated industry. So what are the main challenges drug manufacturers face with adopting robotics in their manufacturing process?
I would say there are several challenges. First of all, I think we have regulatory challenges. As you may know, the FDA or the new EU GMP Annex 1 has for sure an influence on future machine design. And therefore, I think these regulatory challenges for our pharma end users, for the producers, are definitely there. And at the end, this has an influence to the machine design. But I think this will come in the first half of next year, I would say. Nobody knows when the Annex 1 is in place.
I was just going to say,
everybody's talking about it since years. But I think next year, hopefully, it will then be pretty clear. On the other hand, we have much more compact machines meanwhile, because you can imagine isolators, for example, are very expensive. And to reduce the footprint of such equipment, robots help, I would say. Robots are very flexible. And robots help designing machines and isolators or other clean room applications in a more compact way. So this is very important for us. And at the end, I would say new market requirements. Everybody talks about personalized medicine, customized drugs. This goes down to batch size 1 sometimes. And here robots are very efficient. You can imagine.
Fantastic. Okay, so you've got your event coming up this Wednesday, which is obviously talking about robots for future pharmaceutical production. So what can people who attend expect to see if they attend the event on Wednesday?
Yeah, we thought because STÄUBLI, I would say, is still the pioneer in the pharma. We are since a long time with our robotic applications in this world. We thought we have to set impulses now, because we develop so many new features, and let us create a kind of a series in these times. We start web-based, so it's online. It's a virtual event, but live. We called it STÄUBLI Pharma Impulses, and we do that together in the kickoff event with Roche. Roche, I would say, is worldwide the #1 when it comes to automation, the driver of new technologies in this business. And we are very happy to have the Roche people with us presenting their sandbox concept from the site in Mannheim. Here they test mobile robotic solutions in a kind of a mock-up environment. And this is for sure very interesting for the people to listen. What really an end user like Roche is presenting.
Fantastic. And apart from the event, which is happening Wednesday, which, by the way, viewers, will put the link up above the video. So hence I haven't asked really for the website address, because you only have to write it, but I'll put the link above so you can click straight through it. But just so you know, it's on Wednesday, this Wednesday, the 29th. And 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. UK time, and I think that's 9 a.m. to 10:30 CE.
That's
time.
right.
Yeah, see, I
and
got
another
the time.
one in the afternoon for the US people.
Fantastic. So we'll put the details for both those events for Wednesday above the video.
Yes.
But where else can people get more information about robotics within manufacturing and about Stuabli?
I think we have created half a year ago a new Stuabli Robotics channel on LinkedIn. Here we really post a lot of success stories. Here you can find new trends, business cases, and I think this is a very good way to get informed about robotics, also in pharma and other industries. And concerning these two events, what's coming up this week, you find also a LinkedIn event page, where you have further explanations.
Fantastic. And as I've got you here and live events are coming back slowly, are there any events that people can see Stuabli in person and get to see the products live and see the demos?
Yeah, this year it's still critical. 2 weeks ago, we have been on the first live event, the Dresden Robotic Festival. This was very interesting, but it was more general robotics, not only pharma focused, but the event was pretty nice. And yeah, I think next year, the big events will come back. I mean, I think for us, the highlight is for sure the ACHEMA next year. It's the #1 exhibition, and there you can find us live. Other events will come like PDA, ISPE conferences, or in Germany, Concept Heidelberg. They do the Pharma Congress. This, I think, are the next live events.
Fantastic. Well, look, I look forward to ACHEMA myself. So I worked with them this year with ACHEMA Pulse. So it'd be great to maybe see.
And Rizwan, I forgot an important one. This is the CPHI in Milano. This is live. This is also soon.
Yeah, and I'm planning to go to that there, hopefully.
This
as well. So
very nice.
We'll probably catch up there as well. So look, that's great. Well, that's all we've got time for. So all I can say is thank you very much, Rudolf, for giving me the overview on robotics and a sort of a teaser, if you like, in terms of what people can expect to find at your upcoming event on Wednesday. Good luck with the event on Wednesday. I hope it goes well. So viewers, all I'd say is that if you've got any information or you'd like to know more about robotics in pharma manufacturing, then one, check out the event on Wednesday. The link is above the video, so you can register. It's free, and you can learn more about robotics. And if you're in the US, you can sign up for the afternoon session. Afternoon my time, it'll be morning your time if you're in the US for that. But if you're in Europe, then you can check out the earlier one. And if you can't make the event for whatever reason, you can check out the other links above the video. And of course, you can message Rudy directly. And if you've got any questions for Rudy, then please feel free to put them below the video, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer any questions you've got, or you can message him directly. That's in fact how I got to do this in the first place. I messaged Rudy directly on LinkedIn, and that's how we started the conversation. So you can message him directly on LinkedIn as well. So all let's say, Rudy, is thank you very much for your time. Good luck on Wednesday, and it's lovely to see you. And hopefully we can catch up in person, maybe at CPHI Worldwide.
Thank you, Rizwan. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and I really count on Milano to see you. Thank you.
All right, and viewers, as always, thank you for watching. Until next time as well, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.